Good Monday morning. Going to pick up a guy that's going to help me with moving my stuff off the property that I had to pull out of the storage and put it into a storage facility. I've already, it's only really half full compared to what I would like to do, but unfortunately, I don't have time to go through stuff, get rid of stuff, and all that before I have to have all this stuff off the property. So I had to rent a second storage unit. But hopefully today I will have everything in the two storage units and be able to start sorting through stuff and getting rid of stuff. I will be cheating and using some of my scaffolding as a way to achieve what I need done. Shelving is expensive, but I have quite a bit of scaffolding. Dang pine straw. I hate those pine needles. They get down in your wipers and everything, and they drive you nuts until you get out and pull them all off. Anyway, yeah. It's been a kind of hectic weekend trying to get things done. Okay, must be picking up somebody there. Anyway, that's my buddy's motel I just passed, and I saw this van with the back doors open, backed up into a corner room he has. It was like a company van for like Kuwait, or it wasn't Kuwait, but it was something like that. But it was a senior citizens transport van or some such like that, so who knows. Anyway, I'm headed out this morning to pick up my helper, and I've got to pay somebody to help me because I can't accomplish this by myself. If my storage units were outside accessible, I think that'd be a little more expensive, but I could better accomplish what I need to get accomplished. But hey, what can you do? I'm just going to take it a step at a time. I did have one of my viewers request they requested that they liked the thought of speaking to the guy who's doing the Holy Festival, doing the interview with him. So I'm trying to get that set into motion. I don't know if I'll get to do it before the Holy event or not. So we'll just have to take that a step at a time. The guy is kind of busy, but we're going to try and get that taken care of. I don't think there's going to be a problem with me doing some recording of the event and uploading it. My concern is data, because I'll be doing, if I do it there, I will be doing it live. And I'll just do a little bit here and there and go from there. But I do get 10 gigabytes of high-speed data and unlimited low-speed data. So who knows? Yeah, I just had this idiotic tow truck back there. First, the garbage truck pulls out. Okay, he's far enough ahead that it's not going to affect me, but this tow truck completely blows the stop sign back there and pulls out right up against the back end of that garbage truck, going slow. You don't even want to speed up to get on the highway, so I have to get on it to get past them. AV Towing, never heard of them. Yeah, I have a habit of doing rude things to people who do stupid stuff. The other day on that trip I was coming home from, I did a little over 100 miles. Well, a little under 100 miles, a couple miles under. So that wasn't too bad. It used a hair over a quarter tank to do that, but it could have been worse. I could have used even more gas. I could have used 120 miles worth of gas. But what's ridiculous is I've used up a good eighth of a tank and I've only gone 20 miles, but it's been city driving. It's sad that this thing gets such ridiculous fuel mileage city driving. But then again, it's all on how hard you are on the gas pedal when you're taking off. If you baby it, it gets a lot better gas mileage. Okay. Like I was trying to say before I got disrupted by my phone's notification, I usually get, last few times I checked my gas mileage, I've been getting about 22 miles to the gallon. But if I drive city all the time, it drops down to around, 16 to 18 miles to the gallon. If I baby it on the city, I can get 20 miles to the gallon at best. That's the absolute best I can get. There's just nothing better than that to get, so you just take what you got. But then again, it's got a big engine, big 6-cylinder engine in it, so what can you expect on that? And I forgot to grab me a drink. Thank God there's a little bit of this left. Have to get me a bottle of water out of the back when I get out or get where I'm going. But anyway, yeah. What I'm going to do is, after I end this video, when I get over to the storage unit to start unloading, I think my first trip is going to be a ton of scaffolding in my truck. But that's no good. Not sure what happened. Oh, flat tire. This guy has a flat tire on his driver's side. For some reason, it steered him into the retaining wall back there. Which sucks to be him, because now he's got front end damage on top of having a flat. Talk about adding insult to injury. Speaking of flat tires, I got a low tire on this thing I got to air up. And I actually had a cop tell me that a blowout on your back tire is worse than your front tire. And they're actually wrong, because your front tires are your steer tires. They're the ones that are going to help you keep control if a tire blows out. Back tire, it's going straight, it can't turn, it's less likely to cause you to have an accident. Your reaction to that tire blowing out is what's likely to cause you to have an accident. That being said, if you have a bad tire on the front of your vehicle, I recommend putting it onto the back, putting the back tire on the front until you can get to a tire shop. The better thing to do, you should do, is if you have a bad tire anywhere on the vehicle, put your spare on and get to the tire shop. Plain and simple. I know some people can't afford that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. What can you do? But anyway, yeah. This is one interchange I hate right here. It's 238 between 580 and 880. Or 880 Nimitz Freeway, I think it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. Nighttime is not so bad, but during the daytime, all day long, even though the speed limit in this direction is like 65, you're doing about 35, maybe 40 at best, until it gets to where the it splits off going to 880. Then it picks up again. But it doesn't really achieve full speed until you reach 880. But for where I'm going and the route I'm taking, it does affect stuff. Now, I intend to stop on my way over there and pick this guy up and pick me up a frappe. Now, the frappe, the caramel frappe, I always order a large caramel frappe, extra caramel with a espresso shot in it. Even without the espresso shot, it gives me a good energy boost. But you add that espresso shot, it's like, woohoo! So, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. The other day I went to a McDonald's down the street from where my storage unit is, since I was already over there, and ordered just that. And what they gave me was they didn't put the espresso shot in it. And when I complained about it, they said it's mixed in, you don't know what you're talking about. Now, what kind of McDonald's customer service is that? I mean, you're gonna tell your customer they don't know what they're talking about? Are you stupid? But anyway, that's just at McDonald's. Now, I did file a complaint with McDonald's, but I never heard back from them. So what good does it do to file a complaint? Walmart's just about as bad. Jeez. And it's just, what does an employee think, or a manager of a restaurant think, when they're telling the customer they don't know what they're talking about? The customer knows what it should taste like. I mean, how many years, or how long have I been drinking this? I order that quite a lot. But they sat there and act like I didn't know what I'm talking about. Now, you can't miss the espresso shot. It gets stronger the smaller the flavor, because the shot's just a standard size. It's one size fits all, from what I understand. So I'm going to notice it more in a small than a large, but I'm definitely going to notice it in a large. You can't miss that taste. So, yeah, I was a little bit perturbed about that. Boy, CHP are out in force over here. Insane. Anyway, I didn't use my turn signal getting off the freeway back there because the lane was the exit lane, the lane I was driving in. So it's not a case of you got to use your turn signal on that. Now, if it's one of those where you're in a driving lane, it's either exit or stay on the freeway, then you've got to use your turn signal. Now, one thing I hate here is they don't, at this, where I would have to turn into McDonald's, they've got it open there, but you can't cross over. It's for people coming from the other direction, making a left turn and so on. So I have to go way up here to the light, make a U-turn, and come back just to get to that McDonald's. It's kind of ridiculous. So tempting, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up here to a different McDonald's. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I do not feel like going in there and then having to go back the other direction to make a U-turn. Asshole. Lady in the van next to me saw I was behind her, partially blocking. She had plenty of space. She'd go up towards the car in front of her, but she just sat there until the truck that was wanting to make the left turn, that I was partially blocking, honked his horn, and then she's like, "Oh shoot, I gotta pull up." stupid people around here. Sorry about the language, y'all, but man, people like that just makes me want to hit somebody, you know what I mean? Then you got the ones, you got one lane in each direction at a stoplight. And the left turn lanes get their arrow first. So they take off and they go. Okay, that's right. But once their light turns red, people at the back of the line of people going straight think, oh, well, the left turn lane's open and the light's turning green. I can just use the left turn lane as a straight lane. And I've actually seen people get in accidents doing that. And they're like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Why'd you pull out in front of me? Well, I'm up ahead of you and it's time for me to get in the left turn lane, and I go do that, and where are you coming from? You're driving in a no man's land. And they act like the person that's in the right was in the wrong. Or if they get a ticket because a cop caught them doing that, they're like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, what the hell? You didn't do nothing wrong, but you drove in no man's land? If you're driving in a area that's a big open area divided by two double yellow lines, one pair of lines on each side of it, that's no man's land. That's like you're driving into a concrete wall when you cross that. And that's to signify that you're not supposed to drive through there. Turn nothing. But you've got the idiots who don't understand that. Now, the nice thing is, where I live right now, which I plan to move out of soon, hopefully, they have that, but where I have to pull in and out of my driveway, it's like 20 feet short of that. So I don't have to worry about getting stuck in no man's land. I can turn into my driveway anytime I want, no problem. But there are people that will actually use that no man's land as a lane, or they'll use the bike lane. You know, some cities have a reserved bike lane, and there are people that will drive down that and use it for a traffic lane. And the law says they can't do that, but they don't care. But then when they get the ticket, they're mad about it. So it's like, are y'all stupid? I actually saw one guy do that and got pulled over by a cop. He was mad at me because I wasn't going over the speed limit right then. And the cop was leaning over talking to him. By the time I caught up with him, I just rolled my window down and almost stopped, and I looked at the officer and I said, hey officer, thanks for catching that asshole. He deserves what he's getting. Cop looks at me and he's like, yeah, I saw what he did. And I said, yeah, that's why he deserves it. The guy's like, oh, he was mad. And I said, don't be mad at me, be mad at yourself. You're the one that broke the law, not me. You know you're not supposed to drive there. I can drive there, that's legal. No, it's not, dude. You need to have your license taken until you can learn all the rules of the road. Plain and simple. Either that or accept when you get a ticket for doing something wrong. You know, it's like the red lights. Okay, when you're coming up to a traffic signal and it turns yellow as you're approaching the intersection, you're not supposed to speed up. Now, if you're right there as it turns yellow, yeah, you can speed up a little bit if you're doing a little under the speed limit, so you're hopefully out of the intersection before it turns red, because there's not enough time to stop. But if you're not right there and you can safely stop when it turns yellow before you get into the intersection, you're supposed to do that. And granted, sometimes road conditions make it impossible to do that. Okay, and the cops understand that. But there's people, they'll be way back there, light will turn yellow, and they'll just floor it and go from doing a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit all the way up to 65 before they hit the intersection, and before they even get there, the lights turned red, and they'll just fly right on through it. And I've seen that cause accidents many, many, many times. And they're mad at the person that hit them, and the person's like, I had the green light. I had the green light before you entered the intersection. What the heck? So, some people can be downright stupid, if you want to call it that. But that's a part of life. And of course, they're blocking off lanes down here. I have to get over back in the right lane anyway. But yeah, you see all sorts of stupid people. Dang it, my wallet fell out. I don't have my wallet, so I can't get my drink. It must have fallen out at home. Oh well. I'll just make do without. Drink water till I get home. But yeah. And what I plan on doing today is, when I go over to the storage unit, I might just go ahead and pick me up one of my favorite drinks and at that McDonald's, and do it by going inside and taking a sip of it there. And when it's not right, tell them no. I ordered an espresso shot. There's going to be an espresso shot in here, and I'm going to taste it, or I'm going to go to corporate headquarters and file a complaint, because I'm tired of it. You know, I could understand if that it was a mistake. When you do that, I understand things happen. You're in a hurry. The person taking the order forgets to put it in, realizes it as you're pulling up the window and fixes it, but you've already got it made and it doesn't get put in, something like that. But don't sit here and say that we don't know what we're talking about. I mean, obviously I do know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Giant burger to go. Sounds good, but it's expensive. And they're not really that big. Nation's Burger, I think it is. They make some super delicious burgers, and they are big. There's only 2 other places I've seen that make bigger hamburgers at a fair price. And one, it was huge. I mean, this thing, I don't know, good foot across. So that's a big one. Anything that's approaching a foot across is huge. So I definitely enjoy that. That was a barbecue place out of Atascocita, Texas. I've only been there once, and when I ordered it, they look at me and they're like, "Okay, you sure you're gonna be able to eat that?" And I said, "Oh yeah, not a problem," because I knew at that time my body weight, I could handle eating it. It wouldn't hurt me, but at the same time, I wouldn't be stuffed. I knew what I could eat safely. Because I was so lightweight, I didn't have to worry about how much I ate. I was actually hadn't even reached my maximum body weight for my size. But now I couldn't do that. I'm actually quite overweight. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, I could have eaten the whole thing in one sitting. And then I was figuring out I was going to cut it up and share it with somebody, you know. And I could have, but I didn't even eat the whole thing. A little close there, but I was still far enough away. Anyway, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to end this video here because I'm almost where the guy I'm picking up stays. And I got to talk to them for a minute anyway. So please comment, like, and subscribe. And once again, make any comments about what you'd like to see me do in a video.